Aloha mai kako, a Kalamida curtain call from a distance, a program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown, and I'm coming to you from my home office, where I have been practicing conscientiously self-isolation. Dale Zarrella is a master sculptor in stone, bronze, and wood. His images of St. Damien and Sister Mother Mary are on Kalapapa and in the Vatican. His sculptures welcome visitors in public and private places internationally. He has an extensive body of work at the Fairmont Kea Lani in Wailea. Every Wednesday is art night. There, at 6 p.m. sharp, Mr. Zarrella conducts a tour of his work in the resort's lobby and corridors. Mr. Zarrella is a master storyteller, and every piece has a thoughtful birth, either a Hawaiian cultural story, a humorous personal anecdote, or an examination of the rigorousness of the work the viewer is beholding. Mr. Zarrella is not only an artist in the studio, but also in the kitchen. At the conclusion of the tour, the viewer will receive a personalized signed print of his painting, Follow Your Dreams, and a plate of homemade chocolate turtles that are actually in the shape of turtles. The entire free event lasts about 90 minutes, and then you can go enjoy a delicious dinner in Ko or Nick's Fish Market. If you find yourself on the South Side on Wednesday late afternoon, hurry on over to the Fairmont Kea Lani and spend some time with this Maui Renaissance man. If you missed Pro Arts Jerry, an evening of songs, you missed a marvelous program that was way too short. Pro Arts, Maui's only professional theater, has been on hiatus since last March. In order to survive the current audience prohibition due to the pandemic, they have produced a marvelous series of excellent videos of many of Maui's finest performers. They took a break over the holidays, but have come back with the latest, Jerry, an evening of songs. That Jerry, of course, is Bernard Henry Gerard Eiting the Eighth. Yes, that's his full name. He's an eighth, but we all know him as Jerry. He greets the viewer in his living room, relaxed and engaged. He tells some fun stories and gives the introductions to the songs. How he chose these songs and why is interesting and fun. When I hear Jerry sing, I hear Alfred Drake, Robert Goulet, and Richard Kiley, the Broadway greats. He's that good. We learned in this video that he gave up on a theater career out of boredom from the monotony of a hit show. A production of South Pacific he was in California ran for 6 months. About the time he was ready to kill Bloody Mary, he got a call from his brother to return to Maui. The family was opening a bar, and the rest, as they say, is history. Over the years, Jerry has given us great characters in show after show: Camelot, Chicago, Yeston Coppet, Phantom, Addams Family, 9 to 5, and, of course, Les Miserables as Javert. After listening to his Mariah on this one, Maui needs to do Paint Your Wagon. He opens up with There Is Nothing Like a Dame from South Pacific with Ann Durham on piano, then Some Enchanted Evening. To my knowledge, he's never played the lead in that show. He absolutely killed as Billy Flynn in Maui on Stage's John Lang's directed 2002 production of Chicago. Here he sang one of Billy's best songs, All I Care About. Before that, in 2000, he was Lancelot to Deborah Lynn's Guinevere. One of Lancelot's big numbers in that show was C'est Moi. He revealed his favorite song is Oh, What a Beautiful Morning from Oklahoma. Another part he has never played here to my knowledge. I loved his Tevye in this show, and he finished off with Stars from Les Mis. It was a marvelous show and a wonderful, highly professional production, thanks to the expertise of Ali Shore, editor, graphic designer, and interview director, Lynn McEwen, executive director, camera, Riley Hubin, camera and lighting, Luke Holman, lighting, and Ernest John Messersmith, sound. Hopefully, when they complete the second part of their season, they will run this one again like they did for the fall season. It is a wonderful, little more than half hour featuring 8 great songs. Maui's Co-op Gallery Viewpoints in Makawa is having its annual Celebration of Hawaiʻi Part 2. This exhibition has a host of surprises in the form of new artists, adding to the amazing supply of remarkable artists we have on this 769 square mile of volcanic rock in the most remote place on the planet. First off, I want to show you this stunning glass and copper rainbow by Carl Hensel entitled Tivoli, the variety of glass and the coloration of it. Then contemplating how the hell he did this. then looking at the way he affixed each piece to another, and then thinking again about how he did this gives me new admiration for the infinite creativity of our species. Another new artist is Damian Smith. This panorama, The Eternal Return of the cane fields, Haleakala, and the sky, is a stunning work. It brings the viewer back in time to what it may have looked like in the 19th century. One thing that hasn't changed is the Kula cloud. This display of stoneware figures by Jai Aok Lee are a bit of a distortion because the right one is a pair, Guardians of Maui, and the left is also a pair, Guardians of Peace, and the center ones are solos, Guardian of the Ocean and Guardian of Hawaii. But they go together so beautifully, one could easily see this exact grouping at the entrance of a circular driveway or walkway. They are all so welcoming. Kimberly Honeycutt works on copper and then paints on it, giving the work an otherworldly glow where she has chosen to leave the copper on the flesh. This work, Your Kindness, has a real Gauguin feel. Here is an unpainted piece, Your Goodness, Psalm 145. This Koa and Purple Heart vessel by Greg Smith is stupefying. Look at the work on this. What you see are blocks of wood combined to create this magnificent piece. Look at this work. This is another piece that defies one's ability to grasp how it was done. We know how ceramic vessels are created, but this is something else altogether. This beautiful ceramic, Wahine o Kai, translates as Women of the Sea by Christy Vale, spoke to me and screamed, "Take me home!" I heard the siren song, which was not going to crash me on the rocks, and noticed the two fish, which reminded me of my Pisces astrological sun sign, and since this was still my birthday week, decided I should have a present. It will soon join other sculptures on my 3D display in my home. Judy Biscard has no limitations and seems to never do the same thing twice. Here are three works done by the same artist. The only thing these works have in common is their excellence, and they were done by the same skilled and talented artist. Jean Bitz, formerly known as Jean Young, created this wonderful tribute to Kea Kapahulehua and Anela A Ala A. These are paddlers to the sun. Look at the details on their paddles and their canoe. These are clues about their identity and their mission to spread aloha across the globe through the cultural practice of paddling. Kea is seen in the stern, steering the canoe. Huh? How do you know this? Their backs are to us. Well, Ms. Bitz has reproduced Kea's body art. This painting, Kahili Ginger, by one of our true landscape and seascape masters, Betty Hay Freeland, glows from the depiction of the yellow ginger and the bright sunlight in it. This is an unusually small work for this artist and is an opportunity to own a Betty Hay Freeland without breaking the bank. The Pu'uneni sugar mill at dusk in all of its former belching industrial glory is captured by well-known Maui artist Michael Clemens. Darkness falls on the mill is nostalgic, fantastic, and beautifully rendered. Joe Fletcher has been in a reclusive period, isolated from the world in his Ulapalakua manse. Here is Checking It Out, a whimsical beach scene complete with a vintage pickup truck. Janet Davis has gone away from her signature angels, but here we see two works where they have returned. It is entirely appropriate. We need angels now, perhaps more than ever. This show will be up until mid-March. If you find yourself in Makawao Tuesday to Saturday, 11 to 5 p.m., do stop in. You need to see this work in person. And as usual, there is a plethora of worthy work I was not able to talk about. Well, that's Curtain Call from a Distance for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Ah, hui ho.